Hey folks, this is Ardwulf again with Guild Wars 2 Beta Weekend Experience video number 3. We are in Queensdale, which is the human starting area. We are playing a warrior. As you can see, we have Court around with us from the Vanguard Forever podcast and Vanguard Forever blog. He is down in here somewhere. As you can see, there's quite a few people in here. My frame rate is not super high, but right now we're playing with an unoptimized client. Almost everything's running on the CPU. That is something that we expect to get fixed. And even though the frame rate's not that great, I'm not experiencing huge slowdowns in gameplay. It's by no means unplayable. So when we come out of the opening instance, we appear in this inn back here. We have come out, and we're going to talk to whoever this person is, this NPC here that we're going to talk to.
The fields beyond Shaymore are Kryta's breadbasket. Since the Centaur attack, citizens are trying to rebuild their lives. But it's tough with bandits and dangerous wildlife roaming the area. Don't wait for an invitation. Jump in and help them.
So that would be the brief introduction to Guild Wars 2 dynamic events, where you really don't have quests per se. You have events and you find the events, and you actually achieve the game's progression through exploring the world, which is kind of awesome in principle. We're going to see how fun it is in practice. This would be the map. The map looks cool. I'm going to close it now. Now I'm going to open it again, because I like to, and see if we can zoom way out. Looks like we have quite a bit of space here. We can, at this point, we can zoom out of the map and go to, there's a PvP option somewhere, which I think is the P button. Maybe not. I don't know. There's a way to trigger PvP where you can go directly to the mists and thereby get yourself a bunch of the waypoints that will let you navigate quickly throughout the world. We're not going to do that because I've chosen the human starting area specifically because it is the one I will not be playing the game at launch. So we have an event here that says residents of Shaymore Fields helped, so we have to go help somebody.
Hello.
And I think there's probably, it looks like there's an objective of some kind this way. There's a lot of people around here. There is some kind of sharding, as I mentioned in the last... Oh, wait, there's a guy with a heart. That has to mean something.
What brings you here?
Apparently it means she wants my junk. But we have some junk, so that's cool. So we'll sell some of that. I don't know if this... inventory...
Looking for anything in
Let's close that. This might actually have something in it.
Any special deals? Does the jar have 4 years?
These are some crafting ingredients. This is another crafting ingredient. This is a 4-slot leather bag, which we'll be happy to take. And we have this. I'd hit the H button to bring up the hero panel. And we will give him his buckler, which, folks, for those who aren't medieval and or Renaissance reenactors, a buckler is a very small shield, approximately the size of a dinner plate. This looks cool, but it is not a fucking buckler. So, just so you know, historical geek note. So I don't think we need to really... Oh, sure, we'll sell the rest of it. And we don't really want to fix any of this damaged junk armor, so we'll sell that. We'll sell that. We can just double-click on this stuff to sell.
Eat my dust.
I think we do have a buyback window, so that if we screw something up, we can buy this stuff back. That's kind of nice.
I carry only the highest.
So she's got a little broken shield over her head. Presumably that's some sort of vendor deal. This guy is...
Melissa Aiden.
You can also double left-click on these guys. Looks like this is the broker, which... The beta's been open for mere minutes, and there's already a ton of stuff on the broker. These may actually be some kind of...
Hello, stranger.
Set-piece values populated by the engine somewhere. So we're going to ignore that, and we're going to walk backwards for a moment. This guy...
May the Six watch over you.
...is a warrior trainer. Okay. Traits you start to earn, I think, at level 11, so we're not worried about that right now. How many levels you are presumably going to spend in this zone is also... I really don't know. We look at our map here, and it looks like we have a big green arrow going this way. So presumably that means, looks like Shaymore is just outside of Divinity's Reach, which is the giant human city. This guy right here. So this is actually kind of cool and kind of historically accurate. Medieval cities would typically have small villages right outside that were separate municipalities. This is a skill point up here at Shaymore Garrison, this little chevron here. You can see there's another one in Skaver Plateau. The other cool thing with the way this dynamic content works, and again we're gonna see over the course of this weekend how well it works, is that your level scales to the level of the events. So I can go to, there's no like, this is a level 6 to 10 zone, and if I'm not level 6, I will come in and get boned. So you don't have to worry about that. That also means that if you're a high-level character and you missed for some reason, some low-level content that you really would like to see, you can go down and experience it without massively out-leveling it and being bored by it. So something's going on over here, possibly sprinkling. I really, you never really know what the game's going to look like until you get into the game. Even with video, and there's a lot of video around these days, we have a pretty good sense of scale here. It's pretty impressive looking. So we have a little heart here, Field's Waypoint. So is that this thing? Looks like it is. So I don't know if I need to click on this. Have I already discovered it? It sure looks like I have, because it says click to teleport on the map. Something's happening. Help Farmer Dia by watering corn, stopping worm mounds, feeding cattle, and defending the fields. So here's the little farm. And we have some water bucket here. We can click on that. Okay, how do we click? Ah, okay. Click on F to pick stuff up. And we get to water the corn. Where's the corn? Looks like we have corn over here. I click on the drop button. Looks like I hit the 1 button to water the corn. I don't know if there is like an endurance on this corn or what. I didn't have to pick up a second jug of water. And I'm not sure if I'm fighting with these other people for the objective or not. I'm thinking I'm not, actually, which is kind of nice. So is there more corn somewhere? There's more corn over here. You can never really have enough corn, can you? I'm sorry, I was thinking of corn.
How can I help you?
Looks like I can't gather from this herb patch because I don't have any gathering tools. Probably because I didn't bother with that when I talked to the vendor earlier. That is actually okay. And you can see the progress of what's going on here. I think at this point I would like to ditch this bucket, which I hit the comma key or something. Drop bundle. Looks like the... There we go. Ah, that is the key right next to the number 1. So let's go find something to fight here. Everything that I could possibly be fighting is going to be ridiculously outgunned by this giant number of players, I think. It appears that the scaling, these events are supposed to scale according to the number of people that are taking part in them, but I'm not seeing that that's particularly obviously happening here. All the monsters appear to be getting smoked. Maybe because you can see again fairly impressive here. You can see Divinity's Reach up there. It's pretty cool looking. Nice job on the scale. Nice job on the vegetation as well. I'm pretty impressed with that. The vegetation's fairly dense. I've got the client running on balanced graphics at the moment. So we could feed the cows too. He even grunts as he picks up the bucket of water. So, are there more worms up here by any chance? Looks like there are. Drop that bucket of water and go kill some worm. Because we actually want to unlock our weapon skills and not just feed cattle and that kind of business. I understand that the cows need to eat and all. As I mentioned before, the ability number 1 is your auto attack. You can restart that by, I think, control right-clicking on one of those abilities. Looks like these guys respawn extremely quickly. And we were making some slight... Looks like we got... That's kind of a cool... Can I pick this garden hoe? I can pick the garden hoe up. And I can attack stuff with it. Awesome. Who doesn't need a garden hoe to hit stuff with? That is kind of sweet. Oh, wait, we can search him. We gotta remember to do this. And there's money. And a glob of globby goo. That's cute. Looks like that the garden hoe's only good for an attack or two. A lot of fair amount of junk. So I don't know if there's an auto loot function. There may be. There doesn't appear to be a area loot, as far as I can tell. I thought that there was. That's something else we're going to take a look at. Hopefully we will find out that there is, in fact, area loot. In fact, I'm pretty sure that there was. Uh-oh. We're back in the Help Farmer Dia
I could outrun a centaur
area. Alright, who's talking? Okay, so when it says new event... Oh, there's bandits. Screw this. Where are the bandits? Bandits... Performance here is choppy enough that I'm having trouble figuring out where... Here we got some actual bandits, and we have a leapy ability, so we are going to be able to actually attack stuff. There we go. I am defeated. How did I get defeated? Well, hey, that was going to happen at some point. I can click on this, return to waypoint, and it looks like we are not very far away at all. So it looks like I'm returning to that waypoint. That does cost me some money to do that, by the way. I'm bleeding. Oh no. Hay bales. Protect the hay bales. I did think it was kind of cool that you could just kind of ignore the objectives and hey, there's bad dudes coming. Let's just fight them. I think you can see my frame rate's dragging fairly badly here. I've just revived another player, and I have just once again failed to trigger my healing skill. So folks, I think this is a cue that maybe I should turn the graphic settings down, so I'm gonna call video number 3 right here, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.